And welcome back to the channel. In this video we have a HHR and it has the infamous broken door handles. So if you have one of these cars, you're probably familiar with the process that it takes to get out of your car. And today we're going to fix that problem. Here's a part that I'm using. I got it off of eBay, but I'm sure you could find it on Amazon as well. I'll try to find a link and place it below in case you're interested in buying any. The nice thing about this kit, it also includes a hardware kit along with the actual handle that is made out of metal, and you could hear that. So it's definitely a nice upgrade over the plastic ones. Now you can buy the plastic ones, but they may end up breaking once again in the future. Using a small flathead screwdriver, we could remove the plastic and we get access to the fastener behind it. There should be a small rubber cover inside of here. The driver's side did not have it, so I'm showing you a clip from the passenger side. Once you get that out the way, you can see the two fasteners below, and we're going to remove those. Next, there's a small push-in clip that we have to remove. If you look in the center, there's going to be like a pin. If you push in that pin just a little bit, it will allow you to remove it. Here I'm using a plastic prying tool because I don't want to damage the plastic or any of the paint on the vehicle. I'm going to start from this top right hand corner right here and just work my way all the way around the door panel. At this point, it's just a bunch of plastic clips that are holding it on, and you really have to just use force to pull them apart. There's really no other way around it. As you can see, the door panel is now completely separated from the door. Now we're just going to go ahead and reach behind it, and you can see we have two connectors here. This one right here is pretty easy to separate. It just has this little plastic tab that you have to push down on, and you could separate it. The other one is a bit more tricky. So with it disconnected, I'm just showing you what you have to press on to get it out. Now we can go ahead and raise the door panel just a little bit to get over the little lock actuator right there. And I'm actually gonna go for the cable that ties into the door handle itself, and that last connector with the wires on it, I'll do that piece last. So this one is kind of broken on top. There should be a flat piece of plastic on top here. It looks like someone's already been here before, but if you reach your hand underneath it and just kind of pull up, you'll see how the whole assembly just kind of pops right out. So don't pry on any of the plastic on top. You want to push from the bottom going up, and it'll release it. With that out of the way, I can now focus on that last connector. Now this one's a real pain to get off just simply because of where it's at, and it's even worse trying to record it. So I did end up getting it off, and I'm just showing you the little plastic tab that you have to press down on in order for it to release, so you know exactly what to do. With the door panel off, we can now flip it around and look at the back side of this. So first we're going to go ahead and relieve the tension on this spring, and all you have to do is just lift up right here, and the pressure is now off of it. There is a little plastic pin that we're also going to have to remove. You can see it going through the door handle. Now at this point, you may be able to get it off depending on the temperature outside. It's actually cold here, So I was expecting this piece of plastic to fully break, and it did kind of break towards the end. It's not really a big deal because, as you saw before, our replacement door handle comes with all of the hardware needed to install the new one. So it doesn't really matter if this plastic piece breaks. With the pin about halfway removed, we can now take out the spring, and you're going to notice that the plastic pin is pretty much hitting the top of the panel, and you're just going to have to bend it a little bit. There's really no other way around it. Like I said, it doesn't really matter because you're going to be replacing this pin anyways with a metal one, and a metal one is going to fit much better. Now that the pin is completely out, we can now remove the broken door handle, and we could start reassembly of the new one. Now for the spring, you want to make sure the top L-shaped bent section of it goes in front of the door handle. Now we could grab the other end of the spring and lock it into its place. After this, you should have tension on the door handle. In the kit, you'll find 2 of these clips because you're bound to lose one of them. As you can see, I'm struggling to get the clip on using my fingers because the clip is just too tiny. So what I found that works is just to grab a set of needle nose pliers, and that's going to be your best option here. With all of that done, you can now test the new door handle and make sure it has spring tension on it. Now, because I forgot to show you on the driver's side, I have a clip from the passenger side. Once you remove the door panel, all these little yellow clips should still be attached to the door, and the green parts, counterparts, should be on the door panel. So if you see any of the yellow parts over here, just go ahead and remove them and install them back onto the door. And if you need to replace or remove any of these green ones, they're really easy to remove and replace. You may be able to find some of them at your local auto parts store. Now it's time to put everything back together. On the left side, I just kind of hung the door here on the lock actuator. Next, I move on to the actual cable that pulls the door handle to open the door, and finally I ended with connecting the 2 connectors for the power locks and things like that. Now it's time to start aligning the green pins coming out of the door panel with the yellow counterparts that are still on the door. The biggest thing here is to just make sure everything's aligned before you start giving it a few love taps as you go around, making sure that everything falls into place. Now what I like to do before I actually close this door is I want to test the system. Here I have a regular screwdriver, and we're just going to push this in here 2 clicks, and that's to simulate the door being locked. If you pull the door handle, it should release. There we go. Now let's try it one more time and release. So at this point we know it's going to work, and if we close the door it will open from the inside. With this plastic push-in, if you just pull out that center pin just a little bit, it allows you to insert it back into a door panel, and then you could push the pin until it's flush. Here I'm using a stubby ratchet, and you just really want to be careful with this because you are screwing down into plastic, so it's really easy to break something. So you just want to snug it up, but don't go crazy with it. Now once you're done here, if your car still has that little piece of rubber, make sure you put that back in. And right now is a good time to actually check everything. Check the power locks, make sure it works, check your power mirrors, and you should be set to go. Now you can finally enjoy getting out of your car like a normal person. So you know how these YouTube videos work. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, and like always, consider subscribing.